Tama na. Sawa na po tayo sa paratang na walang pruweba na hanggang ngayon hinahanap pa ang ebidensya laban sa atin. Labanan na lang po natin ito sa tamang forum, sa korte. Ididimanda ko po sila at doon ko din po sila haharapin lahat.
Ayan po, magandang araw, magandang morning sa inyong lahat, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao. Ako po si Reaction By. So eto po, pag-uusapan po natin ang mga balitang nangyayari po ngayon patungkol po kay Senador Joel Villanueva. Alam niyo po ba na may kaso po siya dati noong 2016 pero ito po ay na-dismiss na. Ito pong si Boying Remulla na bagong ombudsman, sinasabing bakit secret daw? Ewan ko kung nagpapalala po ito ng mga problema o istorya sa ating bansa, no? Nagalit na nga po si dating ombudsman Martires dahil po sa kanyang mga pinagsasabi na hindi naman po yata tama, no? So, malalaman po din natin kung sino ang tama o hindi. Ito po, pati nga si Banat Bay, galit na rin ito. Parang piling daw presidente. Ayan. So anyway, bago tayo rumekta dito, huwag niyo pong kalimutan naman mag-subscribe sa ating munting channel, no? So, isang subscribe lang po, masaya na tayo. So, i-rekta na po natin kay Banat Bay.
Was raising that issue before. Joel Villanueva kept quiet through all the years. Ombudsman Martires never spoke about it. Di ba parang secret decision siya?
Alam mo, ito ang problema dito kay Remulla, no? Feeling tambaluslos din eh. Feeling Romualdez din. Yung feeling niya, siya na ang presidente. Hindi, alam mo kung bakit. Yung sinasabi niya, secret lang daw yung decision. Ay, naku po. Ulan, napakayabang mo. Ano kailangan ipaalam sa'yo? Kailangan talaga iabisuhan ka sa opisina mo? Sino ka ba? Di ba? Hindi kasi alam mo, hindi pa pwedeng maging secret yan. Any decision of the court, including the ombudsman, meron niyang pinapublicize, pwede mong kunin. As a matter of fact, ilang beses sinabi ni Villanueva sa Senate, ako mismo narinig ko, binabalita ko nga dito na na-dismiss na yung kanyang kaso. Ilang beses, ewan ko sa'yo, hindi ka nakikinig. Isang kubeta ka ba nag-ano? At hindi mo napapakinggan yun, tapos sasabihin ngayon, tinago sa'yo. Sino ka para pagpaalaman? Feeling ka rin presidente, no? Feeling ka hari. Hindi porket hindi mo alam, sinikreto sa'yo. Ano to? Hindi, yun kasi yung sinasabi niya, sinikreto daw. Alam mo, may mga ganyang bagay na hindi mo na ine-epal sa tao. Di ba? Hindi mo na pinapublicize sa tao. May mga discarding ganyan. Hindi ko alam sa tao na ito kung bakit hindi niya alam. Tapos ang sasabihin niya, sinikreto daw sa kanya ng ombudsman. Sino ka? Ha? Sino ka? Sino ka? Na para sabihin pa sa'yo ng ombudsman, oy, Remulla, gusto ko lang paalam sa'yo na na-dismiss na yung kay Villanueva. Anong concern mo dun? I mean, nasa DOJ ka. You're a separate entity, separate department. Bakit magsasabi sa'yo ombudsman na, Secretary Remulla, dismiss na yung kay Villanueva, ha? Alam ba nila na sisiksik mo sarili mo dyan? Alam ba nila na ipagpipilita mo sarili mo dyan sa ombudsman? Tapos sasabihin mo ngayon, sikreto, sinikreto? Ewan ko din sa'yo, no? Yabang mo rin. Naiinit ulo ko Alam mo, pag nakikita ko yung pagmumukha nito ni Remulla, ito yung tipo ng gusto mong
So yun po, napanood po natin ng banat ni Banat Bay. Ito naman po si Senator Joel. Tingnan po natin kung anong sasabihin niya sa sobrang galit sa mga nangyayari, no?
Sawa na po tayo sa paratang na walang pruweba na hanggang ngayon hinahanap pa ang ebidensya laban sa atin. Labanan na lang po natin ito sa tamang forum, sa korte. Ididimanda ko po sila At doon ko din po sila haharapin lahat.
Tignan po tayo kay Senator Joel Villanueva. Tingnan po natin, no?
Was that the alleged signatures were fake and that the document stated he was a Buhay Party List congressman when his party was SIBAC. Former Ombudsman Samuel Martirez also explained why he granted Villanueva's motion for reconsideration. He says Villanueva was a representative of SIBAC and not Buhay, which was granted a PDAF-funded project. And that the NBI found that the signatures on the document in question were different from Villanueva's standard signature. Karen Davila, ABS-CBN News.
So, ito po. Ano kayang sasabihin ni Boying Remulla dito? Boying Remulla, no? So, pero siguro alam naman niya ang kaso niya. Ang ayaw lang daw niya, bakit sinikreto, no? Ba't sinisikreto daw? Ewan ko po, anong pinasukan po ni Boying Remulla, kung ano po ang pinasukan niya. Hindi niya po ata alam ang mga pinapasukan niyang mga posisyon, no? Ang pagkakalam po natin, pagdating sa mga ombudsman, meron po daw silang ewan ko, yung CMS, basta parang mga kaso doon, pipindutin mo lang sa computer, makikita mo na kagad. Ewan ko, ito siguro hindi nakita. Ngayon, nagpuputok, nagpuputok ng tambutso. Oh? Kaya ganun, si Boying Remulla. So anyway, pakinggan po natin ang panayam ng isang UP College of Law, no, na tungkol po sa mga kung tama ba ang ginawa ni dating ombudsman, no, na si Samuel Martirez.
Joining us now is UP College of Law Assistant Professor Paulo Tamase. Good morning, Assistant Professor. Welcome to Head Start.
Good morning, Katrina, and to your viewers.
Right. Assistant Professor, let's spend a lot of time to dissect what the law says about this entire issue. Let's explain to the public the technicalities of what actually the law says about ombudsman decisions. Is there actually a requirement for the ombudsman to make sure that any decisions from its office would reach the public or would be publicized in a circulated newspaper?
Well, currently, both the Constitution and the Ombudsman Act, RA 6770, don't really require the Ombudsman to publish her or his decisions in administrative cases. Rarely are courts even required to do this. So,
So, yun po, narinig nyo si isang professor na si Paulo Tamase na hindi requirement. Nakita nyo hindi requirement sa UP College of Law yan. So, pwede naman sigurong ibenda law yan, no? Di ba? Pati na palagay nyo, hindi ba kaya pwedeng ibenda law yan? Di ba? So, yan po, hindi po kailangan na i-publish sa newspaper o sa public na ang mga resulta galing sa ombudsman. Ewan ko lang itong bagong ombudsman natin kung anong pinagsasabi kasi. So anyway, tuloy po natin, no?
Supreme Court publishes its decisions because it is part of the ability of the court to control the way that law grows, and in order to inform judges and lower benches of how laws are supposed to be interpreted or the Constitution is supposed to be interpreted. But the Ombudsman doesn't have that function.
So yun po, sinabi ang korte, kailangan sila ang korte ang nagpapublish. Kasi po kailangan malaman na siguro mga judges, yan, para alam nila kung anong nangyayari sa kasalukuyan, no? Kung halimbawa sa kaso, di ba? So anyway, ito po sa ombudsman ang sabi, hindi na po require yun kasi wala daw siyang power sa ganyan, no? Anyway, tuloy po natin.
So So the requirement under due process is simply for parties involved in the cases before the ombudsman to be informed. And yet, and I understand where the concern is coming from, there is some unusual I suppose circumstances surrounding the case of Senator Villanueva, because the order to dismiss him was highly publicized, but the apparent granting of the motion for reconsideration 3 years later by another ombudsman was unknown until just a few days ago.
Would you say that this is entirely unusual, or is it just because the former ombudsman was quite known to have a tight grip on his office? We know that he was the ombudsman who actually tightened regulations on the distribution of SALN of officials, and we barely heard from the office of the ombudsman during the tenure of Samuel Martires. What actually makes you say that the entire case of the reversal of the decision with regard to Senator Joel Villanueva is quite unusual?
I think it's unusual only because the initial order that would have dismissed him by just now former ombudsman Carpio Morales was so public, and therefore it seems unlikely or unusual for a reversal of that very public dismissal to not be reported either by Senator Villanueva or by Ombudsman Martires. But there can be many possible legal explanations for why there was no or the failure to publicize that reversal. But it highlights, I think, the danger with the Ombudsman not being transparent to the public. It also goes to a fundamental misunderstanding of, with all due respect, the last Ombudsman as to the role of the office. If you go to the history of the Ombudsman, the initial name that it was called was really Tanod Bayan. So the function of the Ombudsman was to be the watchman of the people and not really to look out for the interests of public officers. The public officers are not supposed to be friendly with the Ombudsman, and therefore there might be reasons on the part of Ombudsman Martires. So for example, he was very concerned about data privacy issues during the last administration and therefore supposedly restricted the SALNs. I think it fundamentally misunderstands that the role of the Ombudsman is to actually protect the people, including to be transparent to the people about investigations, especially concluded investigations of high public officers.
You earlier mentioned that there may be some possibility, some legal grounds as to why the reversal of the case, or the decision rather, was not publicized. What are these possible legal grounds that you are referring to?
The only thing that can come to my mind is that, again, there is no requirement for the Ombudsman to publicize its decisions or its rulings in administration.
So yun po napanood na po natin ang mga interview tungkol po kay professor ng UP College of Law na hindi po requirement ng ombudsman na mag-publish ang mga kanyang na halimbawa mga kaso, hindi po sila required. Kasi wala pong power, ang korte lang po ang may require, Yun po, malinaw na yan. So anyway, diyan po nagtatapos ang ating munting video. Sana po may